It's amazing how much wisdom is packed into these pages, right?
Absolutely. And this conversation is just as enriching.
Couldn't agree more. And soon, so will this braai.
Welcome to the South African Journey audiobook series. We're glad to have you with us. We hope this work.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm here in Midrand, Johannesburg, at this vast campus of the Management College of South Africa. This is the place that I did my Master of Business Administration degree and graduated from that some few years ago. So I'm here to see the great environment, this new campus here. Back then, when I was doing my MBA, we were attending classes at the Wes University campus in Braamfontein, the former Johannesburg College of Education, which is part of Wes University now. So we attended classes there. So I'm here now just to experience this new environment, the success of the Management College of South Africa in its quest to develop leadership within the African context. It has been a long journey for the Management College of South Africa. And they've achieved their mission and surpassed their vision. And here we are. How many graduates have come out of this college? A private college, a private management college. How many graduates, African graduates, not in South Africa only, but also in Botswana, in Namibia, in Mozambique, Malawi. The whole of Southern Africa has benefited from this private college that was founded by South Africans of vision, mostly Indians. And now this college stands as a pillar of prosperity, success, and a view of the future for the igniting the potentials of Africans here in South Africa and beyond. So it's a great experience. It's a great honor to having graduated from this college. When I was doing my Master of Business Administration degree, I measured in managing strategic change, and more importantly, I did also focus on practical, professional, and business ethics. Now, that is profound within the African context where we see leadership eroded by lack of ethics, principles. People are entering into positions of authority for themselves, their families, for corruption, to do corruption and not care for the people. So my focus was on how to instill ethics within the corrupted African leadership, to restore African virtues of Ubuntu, of care that is no longer there, has been rooted by this marauding leadership that has become cancer to the fabric of this country. I'm restricting myself to South Africa. I don't want to talk about other African countries that I have little experience of, that I have never personally experienced their challenges and sufferings. I don't want to talk about something that I've read in newspapers or heard it in books or social media. I'm confining myself to South Africa, the things that I personally experience, and my relatives, my friends, the people around me experiences. So I'm speaking from experience when I talk about corrupted leadership within African context. And I've done this MBA degree, and my thesis, my dissertation, the title of my dissertation, if I can look at it now, maybe I have time to go through this so that I don't gloss over it, but say exactly what the title of my dissertation was, not just say it without exact words that were used in the title of my dissertation. So I'm going there to show you. I'm just perusing my laptop now to tell you exactly what the title of my dissertation was. Okay, we are almost there. Just hold a second and I'll give you the title exactly as it was developed and approved by my supervisors when I was doing this MBA degree at this vast college. MANCOSA is called MANCOSA. Management College of South Africa is famously known as MANCOSA. That is the name that is used. That is famous, is well known with that name of MANCOSA. And as I said, is how inspiring it is that South Africans can create something like this MANCOSA that take South Africa forward without government interventions, and it's worth it. And how many people, as I said, they have come this is the title of my thesis, my MBA thesis, or you can say my MBA dissertation. The dissertation title is as follows: the continent of Africa, the continent of Africa does not need more politicians. It needs Baobab leaders, young Africans who will live above life's turmoil and lead Africa into its true greatness. There it is. How do we raise young leaders that are not connected with the history? We are no longer talking about development of leaders and they take example from their forefathers. We are talking about new leadership in Africa, in particular, my focus being South Africa. So that is was my premise. How do you raise Baobab leaders? What does Baobab leader is? I have prepared the whole discourse and got a professional actor that will come after this to show what the dissertation was all about. And here it is.
The Baobab Blueprint for Emerging African Leaders. Africa does not lack talent. It does not lack vision. It does not even lack opportunity. What it lacks, tragically, is a culture of leadership that serves. From city halls to parliaments, too. Many of those entrusted with the continent's future have traded integrity for influence and legacy for luxury. The result is a cycle of disillusionment in which young Africans grow up believing that politics is a game of survival, not service. I have written an MBA thesis on this pressing issue, and its conclusion is clear. The continent does not need more politicians. It needs Baobab leaders, young Africans who will live above life's turmoil and lead Africa into its true greatness. The Baobab tree, often called Africa's tree of life, thrives in harsh climates where little else can survive. Its roots stretch deep into hidden aquifers, its trunk stores life-giving water, its fruit nourishes, and its bark heals. To communities, the baobab is more than a tree. It is a gathering place, a sanctuary, and a source of continuity across generations. If we want a metaphor for the kind of leadership Africa needs, the baobab provides it. Roots, character. True leaders draw strength from integrity, humility, and discipline, qualities often unseen but essential for survival. Trunk, competence. The baobab's size symbolizes execution, the ability to translate ideas into durable results. Canopy, community value. Its shade and fruit remind us that leadership exists to provide for others, not to enrich the self. Seeds, legacy. Every baobab plants for the future. So too must every leader create systems that outlast their time in office. The failure of crooked leadership across the continent, politics has too often become an avenue for self-enrichment rather than nation-building. Young people are mobilized as voting blocs but excluded from decision-making. Talent is sidelined by patronage. Vision is clouded by short-term gains. But there is a growing restlessness among Africa's youth, a generation that refuses to inherit failure. They see the corruption, they feel the unemployment, and they know instinctively that something must change. The question is not whether Africa has leaders, but whether it will nurture the right kind of leaders. What Baobab leadership looks like. Baobab leadership is not about charisma, slogans, or tribal loyalty. It is about service over status, using authority to heal divisions and uplift communities. Resilience over rhetoric, building institutions that can withstand droughts of funding, floods of crisis, and storms of change. Legacy over luxury, planting seeds that will shade generations to come, even if the planter never sits beneath them. Such leaders can be found not only in politics, but also in business, civil society, education, and community movements. What matters is not the platform, but the principles. In the heart of Africa rises a tree unlike any other, the baobab. Thick in trunk, invisible in roots, vast in branches, it looks almost upside down, as though the heavens mocked it. Yet those who understand know this. The baobab is the tree of life. It stores water in its belly, feeds the hungry with its fruit, heals with its bark, and shades the weary with its massive arms. This ancient, enduring tree offers not only survival in harsh conditions, but a blueprint for a new generation of African leaders, leaders who must rise above corruption, greed, and the short-term thinking of the present order. The baobab shows us how to lead with resilience, humility, and legacy. Africa sits at a crossroads. A youthful continent with the world's fastest-growing labor force, it is also burdened by governance failures, patronage politics, and short-termism that hollow out public trust and stunt enterprise. In boardrooms and ministries alike, talent is often trapped beneath weak institutions and corrosive incentives. The result is a leadership deficit, not of smart people or big promises, but of character, competence, and continuity. Thesis premise. The continent does not need more politicians. It needs Baobab leaders, young Africans who will live above life's turmoil and lead Africa into its true greatness. This dissertation proposes a practical leadership model inspired by Africa's most iconic tree, the Baobab, as a strategic blueprint for cultivating a new cadre of young leaders who build resilient institutions, create shared value, and leave a durable legacy beyond electoral cycles. The Baobab, ancient, drought-proof, multi-purpose, embodies the very attributes Africa now requires: deep roots, character, a strong trunk, competence and execution, a wide canopy, community value, fruit and bark, innovation and service, stored water, resilience and resource stewardship, and seeds, succession and continuity. The purpose of this MBA thesis is to design, test, and operationalize a Baobab leadership model for emerging African leaders. The model integrates African philosophical symbolism with contemporary leadership and management literature, transformational, servant, adaptive systems, and institutional theories, to offer a pragmatic pathway for building organizations that are ethical, resilient, and growth-creating. Statement: the continent's renewal will not be driven by an increase in political actors, but by Baobab leaders, young Africans formed in character and skilled in execution, who build institutions that deliver value through volatility and across generations. The Baobab Blueprint: extended wisdom for living above life's turmoil. There stands in the African soil a tree unlike any other, the baobab. Its trunk is thick, its roots invisible, its branches stretching like arms of eternity. To some it looks upside down, as if the heavens planted it in mockery. Yet those who know, the baobab is the tree of life. It stores water in its belly, feeds the hungry with fruit, heals the sick with its bark, and shelters the weary in its shade. This evocative description of the baobab tree serves as a profound starting point for exploring the depths of personal development. Revered as Africa's tree of life, the baobab stands as a majestic symbol of resilience, longevity, and life-giving power, thriving in harsh, arid environments where little else can survive. It is a prehistoric species, predating mankind and continental shifts, embodying ancient wisdom that has endured for over 200 million years. Its cultural significance runs deep within African societies, often serving as sacred sites for communal gatherings, storytelling, and rituals, representing a vital connection to the ancestral realm. The core premise of this report is that just as the baobab stands tall amidst the savanna's extremes, human beings can cultivate internal capacities to live above life's turmoil. This does not imply the elimination of life's inevitable stressors, adversities, and uncertainties, but rather the development of an internal architecture that enables navigation through these challenges with grace, purpose, and profound personal growth. This report offers a Baobab blueprint, a framework for personal development rooted in the tree's enduring wisdom and consistently validated by modern psychological research. A deeper understanding of the baobab reveals it as a living paradox of strength and vulnerability. The initial perception of its upside-down appearance, as if the heavens planted it in mockery, stands in stark contrast to its revered status as the tree of life and its colossal, long-lived nature as a symbol of survival. This inherent contradiction, a seemingly flawed or unconventional appearance coupled with profound life-sustaining capabilities, points to a deeper truth about enduring strength. The folklore that suggests the gods planted it upside down as a reminder of humility further reinforces this duality. True strength, in this context, is not about appearing conventionally perfect or invulnerable. Instead, it is about embracing unique forms of adaptation and even perceived flaws. Humility, as implied by the myth, becomes an integral component of enduring strength, preventing the kind of hubris that could lead to downfall. For human development, this suggests that living above turmoil is not about avoiding perceived weaknesses, or striving for an unachievable ideal of perfection. Rather, it is about acknowledging our vulnerabilities, our own upside-down aspects, while simultaneously leveraging our unique internal structures and adaptive capacities, much like the Baobab's water storage and deep roots. This perspective indicates that profound strength and growth may emerge not from conforming to conventional norms, but from embracing our authentic, perhaps unconventional selves, and finding power in what initially appears to be a disadvantage. Roots unseen, cultivating inner fortitude and resilience. The user's initial description notes the baobab's roots invisible. While its roots are indeed deep, extending far into the ground, they are often less visible than its striking trunk and branches. This serves as a powerful metaphor for the unseen, foundational work required to build inner strength and character. The baobab's extensive root system allows it to stabilize the soil and prevent erosion and, critically, to endure blistering heat and dry seasons by drawing water from deep within the ground. This hidden foundation is precisely what enables its visible resilience, making it a robust symbol of survival in extreme environments. Delving into psychological resilience. Frameworks. Resilience, in a psychological context, is defined as the ability to adapt effectively to new or different situations and to bounce back from challenges, setbacks, or failures. It is a quality that is developed through challenging experiences. The theoretical understanding of psychological resilience has evolved significantly, moving from being viewed merely as a personal trait to being recognized as a dynamic process. That is also profoundly influenced by environmental and systemic factors. One of the most recognized positive psychology frameworks for understanding resilience is Seligman's 3Ps model. This model highlights 3 emotional reactions that individuals tend to have in response to adversity. Personalization. This refers to the extent to which individuals attribute events to internal, self, versus external factors. Pervasiveness. This describes how much individuals believe events will affect all areas of their life versus specific, limited ones. Permanence. This addresses how much individuals believe events are permanent versus temporary. Cultivating resilience, within this framework, involves actively reframing these tendencies towards more external, specific, and temporary interpretations of setbacks, thereby reducing their perceived overwhelming nature. Another comprehensive framework is the adaptive resilience theory, ART. ART offers a deeper understanding of how various resilience mechanisms work together in real-world contexts, focusing on the dynamic interplay between 3 key components. Resource identification. This involves recognizing and leveraging both internal strengths, such as skills and coping styles, and external supports, such as social networks. Reframing threats as challenges. This is the crucial cognitive shift of perceiving obstacles not as insurmountable dangers, but as opportunities for growth and mastery. Adaptive tailoring. This refers to the dynamic adjustment of strategies and resources based on the specific interplay between one's capabilities and the demands of the challenges faced. This framework emphasizes a proactive, dynamic engagement with adversity, mirroring the baobab's remarkable adaptive ability to thrive in a variety of habitats and extreme conditions. Philosophical perspectives on embracing adversity, ancient wisdom, particularly from Stoicism and Christianity, offers a powerful perspective. It teaches not just to endure challenges, but to embrace them, viewing adversity as an essential part of life and an opportunity for profound growth. The Stoic philosopher Seneca articulated this perspective, stating that adversity is not something to be feared. It's an opportunity to grow and strengthen ourselves. He used the analogy of a prize fighter who gains confidence only after being beaten black and blue, emphasizing that overcoming difficulties builds inner resilience. Key Stoic practices for cultivating resilience include embracing challenges as growth opportunities, viewing setbacks, whether a job loss, a difficult breakup, or a significant failure as the forge where one's greatest strengths are developed. The approach is to face adversity with an open heart, practicing reflection and gratitude in difficult times. Even amidst hardship, taking time to reflect on how experiences have shaped character and prepared for future challenges. Gratitude can be a powerful tool for transforming perspective. Developing resilience through stoic virtue. Seeing every challenge as an opportunity to practice stoic virtues such as fortitude, courage in the face of fear, patience in the face of frustration, and perseverance when everything feels like it is falling apart. Mental fortitude, endurance, and perseverance. Central to resilience is the concept of mental fortitude. It is defined as the strength of mind that enables a person to encounter danger or bear pain or adversity with courage. It represents an unwavering self-belief and a perpetual motion towards a goal, embodying the ability to rise again when knocked down and to continue pushing forward even when tired, bored, or struggling. In a religious context, inner fortitude is described as a quality developed through challenging experiences that empowers individuals to manage responsibilities and provide guidance. Mental fortitude is not an inherent trait, but a quality built over years of dedicated effort, often through frank confrontation with inner demons and the embrace of elective challenges. It can be likened to aerobic athletic endurance, where unseen, consistent effort leads to profound capability that may not be immediately apparent. A significant advantage of developing mental fortitude in one area of life is its transference to others. The mental strength cultivated through overcoming one type of adversity can be effectively deployed to handle other life difficulties, which often prove far more challenging than self-imposed trials. The baobab's extraordinary longevity, capable of living for thousands of years, offers a profound parallel to the concept of sustained fortitude. This is not merely about surviving a single hardship or a few dry seasons, but about a continuous, sustained capacity for resilience over vast spans of time. The tree endures countless environmental extremes, from blistering heat to prolonged droughts. This enduring existence is a powerful testament to the idea that mental fortitude is also a long-term endeavor, built through years of work and frank confrontation with inner demons. The ability of the baobab to thrive as robust symbols of survival in an environment of extremes directly mirrors an individual who not only survives but truly flourishes in the face of prolonged systemic adversity. This suggests that true inner fortitude and resilience are not about short bursts of courage or temporary coping strategies. Instead, they represent a deep, continuous, and cultivated capacity for perseverance. The invisible roots of one's character must be nurtured and strengthened consistently over time. This long-term perspective allows individuals to not only overcome immediate challenges, but to sustain their well-being, growth, and positive impact over a lifetime, mirroring the baobab's multimillennial existence. This implies that the most profound personal development is a continuous journey, not a singular destination. To further illustrate these connections, the following table maps the baobab's characteristics to core psychological resilience traits. Mental fortitude is not an inherent trait, but a quality built over years of dedicated effort, often through frank confrontation with inner demons and the embrace of elective challenges. It can be likened to aerobic athletic endurance, where unseen, consistent effort leads to profound capability that may not be immediately apparent. A significant advantage of developing mental fortitude in one area of life is its transference to others. The mental strength cultivated through overcoming one type of adversity can be effectively deployed to handle other life difficulties, which often prove far more challenging than self-imposed trials. As the baobab stands tall through the savanna's extremes, we too can cultivate inner capacities to live above life's turmoil. This does not mean erasing stress, loss, or uncertainty. It means building an internal architecture that allows us to meet hardship with steadiness, meaning, and growth. This Baobab blueprint draws on the tree's enduring wisdom and aligns with insights from modern psychology. The paradox that makes us strong, the baobab's apparent upside-down form, an oddity to the untrained eye, contrasts with its status as a giver of life and symbol of endurance. Folklore says the gods planted it that way to teach humility. The lesson is sharp. True strength isn't polished perfection, it is adaptive integrity. We become resilient not by hiding our upside-down parts, but by owning them and transforming them into capacity. Just as the baobab converts a hostile climate into stored water and deep roots. Power often emerges from what first looked like a disadvantage, roots. Unseen, inner fortitude and resilience. The baobab's roots are rarely visible, yet they anchor the tree, stabilize the soil, and draw water from deep aquifers. Likewise, the foundations of character are hidden work. Sober self-assessment, disciplined habits, meaningful relationships, and a worldview that can carry weight. Resilience in practice, 2 helpful lenses. The 3 Ps, after Seligman. Personalization. Don't automatically make every setback your fault. Pervasiveness. Keep the problem contained. Don't let one failure stain your whole life. Permanence. Treat pain as temporary. Assume you can influence what happens next. Training yourself toward external, specific, and temporary interpretations reduces hopelessness and restores agency. Adaptive resilience theory, ART. Resource identification. Name your inner strengths and your outer supports. Reframe threats as challenges, translate fear into a training objective, adaptive tailoring, adjust strategies as context shifts. Don't overuse one tool. These are the psychological equivalents of the baobab's water storage and root. Architecture. Quiet systems that make visible endurance possible. Ancient counsel for modern storms. Stoic practice and Christian wisdom agree. Adversity is not an interruption of life. It is the arena where courage, patience, and perseverance are formed. Seneca's prizefighter analogy still holds. Confidence grows after the bruises. The disciplines are simple, not easy. Welcome tests as training. Reflect daily. Practice gratitude under pressure. Choose virtue over impulse when you're tired, frustrated, or afraid. Mental fortitude. Built. Not born. Fortitude is steady mind in rough weather. It is crafted over years, often through elective difficulty and the honest confrontation of one's shadows. Like aerobic capacity, it compounds, quietly, until it looks like overnight strength. Gains in one arena transfer to others. The focus you earn in training carries into parenting, leadership, and service. Endurance across time. Becoming a long life builder, some baobabs live millennia. They endure endless drought flood cycles without hurry or drama. The lesson is duration. Resilience is less a burst and more a vocation. The deepest roots of character are grown by consistent, unglamorous practice. The reward isn't only survival. It is the ability to remain useful, offering shade, fruit, and medicine over a lifetime. The Baobab blueprint in practice, concise, daily, 10-15 min root check, name one strength, one support person, one next right action. 3 Ps reframe. Take a current stressor and rewrite it as external, specific, temporary. Micro courage, do one small, hard thing you'd rather avoid. Weekly. 4. Resource map. Update a 2-column list. Inner, skills, virtues. Outer, people, tools. 5. Adaptive tailoring. If a tactic stalled, pick a new one and time box it for 7 days. 6. Gratitude under pressure. List 3 ways this week's difficulty sharpened you. Monthly. 7. Drought drill. Choose a 48-hour constraint. No social media. Strict budget. Tough workout cycle. To practice self-command. 8. Legacy line. Write one paragraph on how this month's choices will age in 10 years. Score your roots, 0, 2 each, max 10, sleep and body care, focused work blocks, relationships. Maintained faith philosophy practice, avoidance reduced track your score weekly. Aim for slow, steady improvement. Humility. Guardrails, when praised, pass the credit. When wrong, admit quickly. When strong, lift someone else. Bottom line, become like the Baobab. Build hidden systems that hold under heat. Let your upside down. Parts teach humility and invention. Grow slow, stay useful, offer shade.